So I'm recently homeless again. And I thought, while I can, I just want to make this video just because I don't think that there is a whole lot of videos probably out there. Maybe there is, I don't know, about this kind of situation. So I just want to help others if I can in the same situation, or, I hope you never get to this place, but if so, just take it from me. And if you're wondering why you can't see me right now, it's because I'm trying to conceal myself from where I'm parked currently, so that way I don't get caught up by cops or anything, or just nosy people who are, they might think that you're up to something, or they don't know who you are, why you're parked there, and so a lot of times people call the cops. My suggestions if you become homeless are this. You're going to want to get, for sure, if you're outside and you don't have a car, sleeping bag for sure. And I would say a piece of tarp, or, something that you can wrap your stuff in and tie it off to where it doesn't get wet. Obviously the basics is just find somewhere that's secluded. A lot of parks, if you go deep enough into the park near you, off the trail, obviously, you can find some good spots. Never really stay in one spot for too long because you're going to get found, typically. And typically people's reaction is to call the police, unfortunately. And that's what sucks too. So like I said, please don't take kindly to homeless people, sadly. And I grew up in Vegas, so it's like, that's a lot. Like the Vegas population, or the Vegas homeless rate population is like usually 15 to 20% at times. Like, you can look into it. There's a whole underground network of people who live in the flood channels. And it's crazy. But that kind of stuff gets dangerous because just because you're in the same situation doesn't mean people have to be nice or friendly. And a lot of those people have mental health issues. Why else do you become homeless? It's usually because, the unfortunate has happened, and usually you have some kind of mental health, and your family doesn't want to take care of you. The little friends that you do have, they think that they can't help you because you've got mental health problems. You got something going on and you need medication, or whatever the case may be. And most people who see you don't even understand. I can see a lot of videos a lot of the time of people that are just they got mental health shit going on, and people think that they're on drugs or something. And it's really sad because and me personally, I grew up as a special ed student. I had a lot going on as a kid. My mom was murdered and shit, so I just, yeah, if you can just imagine that. I had a lot going on. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. If you become homeless, what you want to get is a gym membership. I know that they go for around $10, $15 a month. I'm going to have to look into it for myself soon. But for me right now, luckily I've got friends and stuff that I can still go to take showers at their place whenever I need. But, don't be afraid to ask for help, even though it's embarrassing. Just let people know where you're coming from and be honest and upfront, and just be like, hey, that's all I need, and then I'll be on my way. And then people, as long as you're not sketchy, as long as you're not no thief or anything like that, you should be fine. Half the reason why I've always survived is because someone was nice enough to be like, yeah, there's no reason you should be sleeping on the streets. You know, people are a lot nicer than you think. People only get mean when you become mean or, you know, untrustworthy, usually. I'm trying to think of what else advice I could give. Gym memberships are for, like, taking showers at. Friends are just for, like, asking your friends for help. It's, you know, it's really easy to, you know, people you trust, because, like, I don't know, like, with me and my situation, a lot of times, like, me and my family don't get along, right? And there's tons of reasons I can get into later videos about that, but just, me and my family don't really get along because of everything that's happened, you know. Murder kind of, it breaks the family apart, and it really destroys a family in so many different ways that you probably can't even imagine. You know, people just don't know how to handle that kind of a pain, and then family usually ends up taking it out on each other, unfortunately. You know, things either build you together or tear you apart. But I'm sorry if I'm so scatterbrained. It's just like I got a lot going on right now. But don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to beg, or you know, what do you call it? Panhandle, begging for money. You know, I know it's fucking hard to ask, and it's embarrassing, the situation and the place that you're in, but it's just like, don't be afraid to ask. There's a lot of nice people out there, and you don't have to suffer alone. I know for a long time I suffered alone, and it's really shitty. If you're in a car, I would suggest going to not secluded areas, but areas where it's not heavily heavily like populated with cops. And that all depends on which region you're in, what state you're in, and everything. Because, like, I know, like in Nevada, right, at Walmarts and stuff, like, Walmart's always busy, and in Nevada, like, cops are always busy, so, like, they're rarely ever at a Walmart. But if you are at a Walmart, you know, just be there to sleep, go somewhere else during the day. Like, never stay in one spot for too long, because of the fact that, man, people and cops is what it comes down to, honestly. Someone sees you and they think you're sketchy, or whatever the case may be. All it takes is one person to call the cops, and then boom, you get picked up, or you get a ticket, you know. And it's so fucked up. I can't tell you how many times I've seen the cops fucking with the homeless people in Vegas or anywhere, really. And it's sad. It really is sad, because usually they just have mental health. But fuck. I wish I had thought this out a little bit more, but I just thought I would post a video. If you have anything that you can do for a trade of skills, that's also helpful. Like, instead of just begging for money, you could be like, this is what I'm good at. You know, I'm willing to do this for money as well. Like, or not even money, but just like, you know, so you're not begging, right? So a lot of times what I would do, I'm a tattoo artist. Um, and a lot of times I'd ask people if I can stay with them in exchange for tattoos. And typically that works really great. But you know, when it comes to living with people, it gets more complicated, and especially if you're somebody like me, where it's just like you got a lot mentally going on that a lot of people aren't ready for, you know. It's just, it becomes really complicated for them. But if you have something you can trade or offer, like, I mean, back when my tattoo artist was the one who trained me, I remember there was countless times, and this is all in Vegas, but there was countless times he was just tagging me along and just being like, you know, this kid's a good kid, you know, I can vouch for him. He's my apprentice, and I would, you know, come along with him to tattoo appointments, tattoo clients, and then, you know, I eventually met, you know, this lady. We called her Mom, and for a long time, you know, me and Kyle, we lived with them, and it was like a whole family. There must have been like 5 kids in total at this house, and just, we would make sure the kids would get to and from school. We would make sure they got their homework done. If they had any questions, we'd help them with their homework. Really, really simple stuff. The discipline was all done by the mom, but, you know, we'd let the mom know if, you know, the kids were acting up. And we got free room and board, and the garage was that was like our space, and we had closed it off and sealed it to the point where, like, there was nothing in the garage except for their storage stuff, and we, like, turned it into, like, our little, I don't know how else to put it other than, like, our little spot that we just kick it in, tattoo inside in the designated area that we had set up. And we got, like, the whole downstairs to ourselves, and everybody was upstairs, and the kids were upstairs with the mom. And it was really, really cool. And Mom, like, she knows. I told her so many times, thank you. She's a great woman. But, you know, that was the last time I was homeless, was right before that, right before I started staying with that family. But you know, it took being vulnerable and being honest with people about the situation that you're in, and just saying, you know, it's not much, but, you know, this is what I can do. You know, I just need help while I'm getting on my feet, you know. And after about, like, 2 years of being homeless and learning how to tattoo from Kyle, you know, things finally started turning around for me, started turning around for him too. You know, but I mean, Kyle's always been someone who's been really good at making moves, and just, it's weird. Sorry. Just seen a car stop, so I get worried. Just like that, my train of thoughts, god damn it. But yeah, just be honest with people. Let them know where you're coming from. And people are a lot nicer than you think. You know what I mean? And don't ever be embarrassed, or don't ever feel like, you know, like anyone's punishing you, or like, you know, like it's the end of the world, because I promise you, like, I lived through it. A lot of people lived through it. You you just gotta make do with what you have available to you and see through it. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I wish I had more advice, but that's just what's come to help me out is having gym memberships to, go take a shower at, and just being honest and asking people for help. Begging really sucks. I personally, I've always hated it. I feel like I always have something to offer. Whether it's, cleaning or babysitting or, recently even I was helping people pet sit because, people have pets that they care about, and, people's pets go through surgery. That's what this situation was. The cats got neutered, and they wanted somebody to be there for the cats, make sure they didn't chew through their stitches and that they were okay. And I'm an animal lover, so it's just like, of course, like, that sounds, getting to chill in someone's nice apartment for 2 weeks and just to watch some cats, like, that's awesome. And, yeah, just don't give up hope. And that can be really hypocritical. That's kind of hypocritical for me to say, because I'm somebody who, oh man, I lose a lot of hope in the world sometimes with just what I see, what I feel. But, I know that that's just in the moment how I feel, and that that's not what reality is. So, just do me a favor and don't give up hope. And if you need to, this is my channel, so just drop me a line, whatever. I can, I don't have all the answers in the world, but I do have a decent amount of knowledge. I know that if you got mental health and stuff, most cities, most states that I'm aware of, almost all of them, I'm pretty sure, have places and facilities near you where you can get free counseling for free, like free therapy. Or if you can't, if they don't offer, I know like the colleges usually do, you'll get a student, but you can go talk to like a student psychologist or a student therapist, somebody who's going to school for that. And most of the time it's free, and if it's not free, it's like $5 or $10 or something. But yeah, just look into that. And it takes a little bit of research, a little bit of digging. But if you need help, like I said, reach out to me. I don't mind helping. Because like I said, like, I wish somebody would have helped me. A lot of people don't know this either. Social Security, and this is kind of a bit of a confusing one, but Social Security has rules about disability and, what they consider disabled or, whatever. And you can go look up this information that I just, researched and did. I've been having problems since I was a kid because of my mom's murder. And, just doing my research from Social Security and stuff, I found out that, if you've had problems persisting for over more than 2 years and you've got a multitude of problems, like mental health wise, and like I said, it's been going on for more than 2 years, and you're taking the right channels, like you've been in therapy for more than 2 years, you've been, and if you've got all the facts that back all of up what you're saying, then, you're considered, partially disabled, at least mentally, and they'll help with getting you on insurance, and they'll try and get you taken care of. But I've also heard that like the first time you put in an application, which it could take up to 6 months for them to gather all the facts and evidence, almost every time I've heard everyone's denied. So put in 2 applications. Don't let that put you down. I'm about to go through my first round of putting in applications. I just found out about it, so I didn't know about this. And I'm like, what? You're telling me I could have gotten help when I was when I was like 18? I didn't know this shit existed. But that's why I'm making these videos. Is I want to help people, and I don't think, at least not that I'm aware of, I don't think that anyone's posting videos about this or letting people know about this kind of information. I think it's kind of important to know, because if you really need the help, why not share that information? And I know there might be some people out there that are gonna have some shit to say or something to shit talk, and just want you to realize that, like, don't judge people based off of appearances or what you see, because that's usually only 10%. You usually have no idea what is going on in someone else's world, the battles that they've faced or continue to face. You don't know if they have any family or not. Like my best friend, both of his parents committed suicide when he was just a teenager, and like really young, and that's just sad. It's really sad. And you never know what someone's going through, so just try and keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm gonna try and get some sleep, but I just thought I would put that information out there, because I don't think enough people do. And if I'm gonna start making more of these videos, I think just I'll try to make these a lot more well made, and just more thought out. This is just me going off the top of my head, and I just wanted to make one just because of the situation I'm in, and just put this information out there, because I know YouTube's a good platform for people getting views, and like people, I mean, like, I don't know, Google just doesn't seem to be like an accurate source of information these days, just because they're only advertisement, like the ads that people pay for, that's the first results that you see. And there's, like, I've noticed, for me at least lately, it's been a lot harder to find the information I need on Google, and realistically on YouTube too, with all the censorship going down, and yeah. Anyways, yeah, my phone just told me 15% power. Try to conserve your energy, unlike me. Yeah. Anyways, I really hope, if you're watching this video, that you're not homeless. And if you are homeless, please just listen to the little advice I have to give, which is be honest with people, be vulnerable, let them know what you're going through. And usually 9 times out of 10 people are good people, but sometimes they're not. And watch out for that too, because there's dangers in that as well. Give people as much information as you need to ensure your own safety. You don't want people to take advantage of that, just because you're homeless or whatever the case is. Especially if you're a woman, please be careful. please look out for yourself. Anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever. And just take it easy, okay? Thanks for watching.